El Salvador is one of the most underrated travel destinations in the world. From hiking up to the crater of an active volcano to the flower route that runs through beautiful mountain towns and finger-licking good Salvadorian food, after spending 2 months exploring this incredible country, we're taking you on a journey to our top 10 spots to visit in El Salvador. One of the best things to do in El Salvador is climbing the Santa Ana volcano near the city of Santa Ana. The view from the top of Santa Ana volcano is nothing short of spectacular, but the best part is you can see right inside the volcano. We got to see the turquoise crater lake bubbling with volcanic activity. The volcano's peak is at 7,800 feet or almost 2,400 meters of altitude, so it's no walk in the park to get up there. You can hike by yourself or join a tour group, which is what we did as it was recommended at the time for safety reasons. We started at the entrance of Cerro Verde National Park, and the hike to the summit takes about 2 hours. Along the way, we got to see a variety of landscapes, from the lush forest trails to rocky volcanic paths that almost made it seem like we were on the moon. Once you get closer to the top, on a clear day like we had, you can see all the way to the Pacific Ocean and even spot neighboring volcanoes in the distance. And there's a guy selling ice cream up there as well, which made the trip even more forgettable. The best time to visit is the dry season between November and March. The weather's better and you're just more likely to get those clear views at the top. Next up, Yua Yua. Yua Yua is part of the Ruta de Flores, or flower route, and it's probably the most charming town in all of El Salvador. Yua Yua is nestled along a winding road through the mountains, surrounded by lush greenery. In the city center, you'll find colorful buildings, cobblestone streets, and a cool climate. This is a great place to escape the heat. But the real magic of Yua Yua happens on the weekends. That's when the town comes alive with its famous Gastronomica fair. The central square transforms into a bustling food market filled with the smell of grilled meat and barbecues sizzling. The colorful stalls each offer their own dishes from El Salvador. We tried a few sampling platters of grilled meats and every single dish here was amazing. But the best part were the pineapple cocktails served in a fresh pineapple with pineapple slices. We even went for the authentic version with hot sauce and chili on top. These babies only cost a few dollars, but watch out, they can be addictive. Yua Yua isn't just about the food though. You can also hike the 7 Waterfalls Trail or just visit some of the waterfalls. We hired a local guide to show us around and had a blast. The most fun way to get around El Salvador is taking the local bus, also known as Chicken Bus. Chicken buses are old American school buses that have been exported to El Salvador and repainted in very bright colors with chrome accents and some cool designs added in. They're known for having high mileage and no maximum capacity at all. Riding a chicken bus in El Salvador is an experience you won't soon forget. The seats are very basic, but the real adventure is in the journey. At every stop you make, there will be vendors coming onto the bus selling small gadgets and various snacks. We tried a bunch, like fruits with salt and chili dip. It was really delicious. And the driving itself gets pretty adventurous as well. Chicken bus drivers ride these buses like rally cars, navigating the mountain roads like pros. But there's a lot of bouncing around and clutching your seat. If being comfortable is a priority for you, this might not be ideal. But if a local and typically El Salvadorian adventure is what you're after, this is the best way to get around the country, giving you a unique glimpse into the daily lives of the people of El Salvador. Next up, El Tunco. Welcome to the surfer town of El Tunco. It has beautiful beaches, perfect waves, and a laid-back vibe that'll make you want to stay forever. El Tunco is home to some of the best waves in the world, and it's got something for everyone. Whether you're a total beginner or a pro, you'll find your perfect wave here. If surfing isn't your thing, don't worry. We loved chilling on the beach, soaking up the sun, and watching the pros do their thing. And when you need a break from the sand, there's plenty of bars, local restaurants, and craft shops nearby. At night, El Tunco really comes alive. The laid-back beach town transforms into a party hotspot and all the beach bars fill up. El Tunco has also gained a reputation as one of the safest places for tourists in El Salvador. These days, the country is pretty safe, and we personally never felt unsafe anywhere in El Salvador, but if you're worried, just put El Tunco really high on your list. Now, let's talk about the ultimate Salvadorian comfort food, pupusas. So, what exactly is a pupusa? It's this amazing thick corn tortilla that they stuff with all sorts of delicious fillings. The corn dough is grilled on a sizzling hot grill, so the outside is nice and crispy and all the fillings turn gooey. During our time in El Salvador, we made it our mission to try as many pupusas as we could. Cheese, meat, veggies. We even had pupusas with Nutella in there. Our absolute favorite combo, though, was the classic cheese and chicharron, which is savory pork. Oh, and don't forget to try the curtido and tomato sauce that usually come with pupusas. The curtido is this tangy cabbage slaw that you'll find on every table. It adds a nice crunch, and the sauce gives it a little more spice. Next up, San Salvador. San Salvador is the beating heart of El Salvador. The capital perfectly blends history, culture, and modern life. Start your adventure in the heart of the city at the historic downtown, where the streets are always buzzing with life. You might be a bit concerned about safety in the capital because not too long ago there was a lot of violence here, and in El Salvador in general. But things are different now, and we felt safe at all times. El Salvador really has turned the page and is incredibly vibrant these days, which really shows in the capital. With dance events on public squares, bustling markets with some of the best food in the country, and architecture that is a lot more modern than what you might expect, this place will surprise you. Our favorite thing to do in San Salvador is simply walk around, take in the hustle and bustle, and try street food along the way. Because those pupusas we just talked about, well, this is where you'll find the best ones in the country. Next up, El Boquerón National Park, a hidden gem just outside the capital featuring the spectacular San Salvador volcano. The cool part about this park is there are trails for everyone here. Whether you're a seasoned hiker or just looking for a chill walk in nature, El Boquerón's got you covered. We took the trail to the summit and it only took us about 20 minutes. When we reached the top, we could walk around the edge of the green crater. It's this huge bowl-shaped depression that formed from past eruptions. It's even possible to join a tour and camp overnight, way down at the bottom of the crater, but if, like us, you're just coming for a hike, you'll still love the panoramic view of San Salvador and the surrounding landscape. We highly recommend El Boquerón as it's just a short drive from the bustling streets of the capital. Especially if you're low on time in the country, the park will give you a great feel for El Salvador's nature. Now, on to deep-sea fishing in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific coast of El Salvador is a prime fishing destination, and it's easy to see why. The waters here are teeming with all sorts of incredible fish. We're talking big game fish like mahi-mahi, tuna, and even sailfish. We booked an offshore fishing trip out of Barra and our guide Elias was a wealth of knowledge. He told us November to April is the best time for fishing here, so we were in luck. Getting out onto the water was the first adventure as Barra is a small town without a real harbor, and we had to time our departure really well to make it out past the waves. Once we got out to the deep sea, about 50 kilometers or 30 miles offshore, we quickly started hooking some incredible mahi-mahi fish. They're really strong and put up a great fight, even leaping out of the water. We caught more than 8 mahi-mahi and a few bonito as well. The best part though was when my fishing rod suddenly bent almost double. I had hooked a sailfish, the fastest fish in the world, which can swim at speeds of up to 110 kilometers per hour. That's 70 miles an hour. After fighting it for a few minutes, the sailfish escaped, leaving me without that once-in-a-lifetime trophy fish, but with a huge rush. Our guide filleted all the fish for us, and the mahi-mahi is some of the best fish we've ever eaten. This fishing trip only cost $220 for the whole boat. We'll put Elias's details in the description box below in case you want to go on a similar adventure. Now, let's head back inland to Santa Ana, El Salvador's second largest city, brimming with history and charm. First up, if you're coming here, don't miss the Santa Ana Cathedral. It's located on the Central Plaza, and it's a real neo-Gothic masterpiece with 2 towers and intricate architecture. The cathedral was originally completed in 1575. It was then rebuilt between 1906 and 1959 after it was destroyed due to a lightning strike. Other things to do in downtown Santa Ana include the Municipal House and the National Theater, which is known for its great acoustics. On the central square, you can find loads of food stalls. You can have fresh coconuts here, a refreshing fruit salad drink, or local food like the elote loco, literally crazy corn. One look at this sauce-smothered corn on a stick and you'll know where the name comes from. Santa Ana is also a great base for day trips. It's close to the Santa Ana volcano and the town of Yua that I mentioned earlier. You can also head to Lake Coatepeque and the Mayan ruins at Tazumal, an impressive pyramid once used as a temple consisting of several platforms. And then El Zonte, a beach town on the Pacific coast that's also home to some stunning tidal pools. These pools that overlook the Pacific Ocean are like nature's own infinity pools, formed by the perfect combination of volcanic rock and the ocean's tides. As the waves crash against the shore, they fill these rocky basins with crystal clear water, creating the ultimate natural spa experience. It's like having your own private jacuzzi right on the beach. We spent a few hours lounging here and spotted crabs and other small wildlife in the pools. One thing we loved about El Zonte is that it's still relatively undiscovered compared to some of the more touristy beach towns. It's the perfect place to experience authentic Salvadorian beach life without the crowds. And this is also where you'll find Bitcoin Beach. Bitcoin is an official currency in El Salvador. You can use it to pay in even the smallest shops across the country using an app or digital wallet, which is pretty cool. If you enjoyed this guide, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future travel guides coming up soon.